What is up, good people? You're watching BRUDDC Entertainment. Today I am joined with a special guest, an up-and-coming YouTube channel, the Dating Analyst. Today's going to be something a little bit different and special. We're going to be throwing some questions back and forth at each other, just sharing the knowledge. I'll leave it to the Dating Analyst.
Hello everyone, I'm the Dating Analyst, and thank you for joining us. I've been asked to do a very, very good collaboration with the BRUDDC. It's got an interesting story. We're going to find out about it. And yeah, I'm glad to be here to do my first sort of like interview. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to find out a lot of stuff. So you happy, ready to fire some of the questions off?
Fire away, fire away.
So obviously, for the people who don't know, I'm the Dating Analyst. You could join me on YouTube whenever you get a chance. But moving on, BRUDDC United, or BRUDDC Babes, or BRUDDC OnlyFans. 3 different, quiet, unique channels. One gaming, one was Man United, and then one was OnlyFans. Tell us the story and tell us how you got from gaming to obviously the story of OnlyFans.
Well, it's an interesting one. You know, obviously, most men like to game. I was gaming I was gaming 5-6 hours a night, and I thought, why not make a content channel? So I was making content. I was doing live streams on YouTube. But obviously, with the gaming industry, it's really competitive.
Yes.
Really competitive. Obviously, then there's getting the right equipment together, spending loads of money and stuff, which I didn't have at the time.
Yeah.
So, like, I moved over to doing interviews and stuff. I was doing live stories and stuff. And I went for about a stage of about a month where I just interviewed OnlyFans girls. And
So wait, let me interject there. So you started off like playing games and then consuming time playing games. Then you started recording yourself playing, and that's when you started the channel playing video games, the Call of Duty. Some of them, I've seen some of them games. So then, how did you do the transition? What made you think? So you're playing video games, you're recording yourself, you're not making money, you're getting low views, you got a normal job, and then how did you transition? What was the thought process transitioning to interviewing people? Was it first
yes,
normal people?
yeah, just a general public. But I think it. To be honest with you, I actually I had a YouTube channel before that got deleted, where I was literally just banging out any sort of content, like movie clips, all different sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, I watch a lot of YouTube channels as well, so I was kind of like, just looking at the market and just seeing what's trending at the minute.
Yeah.
And and I've always liked speaking to people, so wasn't more or less speaking to OnlyFans girls. It was speaking to anyone, and I would literally get anyone on my channel, chat to them, life stories. Have had some great stories on my channel, some great guests that I've become to call friends. And then sort of obviously I went for a period of about a month where I just interviewed OnlyFans girls.
All right,
and then,
I'm going to get to you there. Sorry, I'm going to keep interjecting because I want our audience to like stay with us. So we've gone for, so you've been playing games, you've done that, you started recording yourself, you had a small little following, it was fun. Then you stopped that and you said, okay, you like this online stuff. You started interviewing normal people, anyone with an interesting story. You started interviewing them. There was no connection there with OnlyFans. You just interviewing normal people, girls, men, people from different backgrounds, people from different experiences. And then the third step now was the OnlyFans step. I want to, how did that happen?
literally, as I said, my way of contacting people is I would contact 100 people a day and try get literally anyone on my channel, boys, girls, anything. And then, as I said to you, I went to a period of time where literally OnlyFans girls kept replying to me. It was only OnlyFans girls that came on, and literally it just kicked off from there. And then obviously, the big sensation on the internet, Andrew Tate. I had watched a lot of his videos, and obviously, you looked at his lifestyle when he was coming up. Loads of money, loads of girls, and he made his money. He made his money by doing the OnlyFans thing. So that piqued my curiosity, and I was just like, okay, let me see if I can get involved with this OnlyFans business. And lo and behold, I started interviewing girls, and then I started listening to them. And a lot of them a lot of the girls seemed to struggle with technology, gadgets, setting things up. And that's obviously something that I've learned to sort of, put together pretty fast. So it's like something. It was like a dream match really for any OnlyFans girl that doesn't want to do like the crazy amount of technical work and stuff. They've got someone that sort of takes the workload off them.
So the behind the scenes. Okay. So you said a lot there. I'm just going to unpack that. So you did mention the big sensation, Andrew Tate, and you were saying he had he inspired you, inspiration, seeing him.
I would
do the OnlyFans, or he opened the door to say, wait a minute, there's a way here where you can manage girls and make money. That's his message. And then what? That piqued your curiosity, and then you started to contact OnlyFans girls and saying what? What was you saying to them? Because if I contact OnlyFans girls, they'll be like, who are you? What do you want? Why are you calling me?
Yeah.
Now, how did you overcome that hurdle when you started your first OnlyFans girl managing?
Yeah, I think what makes it easier is obviously the fact that I've said before that I was contacting loads of people, like 100 people a night I would contact and try to get them on. So guys, girls, all sorts. And then obviously I would start getting OnlyFans girls. And then the moment I made the transition to start working with OnlyFans girls, like that's when maybe subconsciously maybe I started targeting more sort of girls that do OnlyFans on social media. And obviously they go online, they see me speaking to girls, they see me speaking to guys. I think what most people honest to God, most people interact with me and say, okay, like, because I'm a random guy just messaging a girl. Most people say they watched the video, watched the clip, and they thought, oh, this guy's really genuine, he's really cool, and let me see what he can do. And, and they're happy for the publicity, because obviously if one of their videos blows up, then, they can get 1,000 fans, and that's game over.
Okay. Because I'm following your story very closely, so I'm going to be jumping into the timelines just to make sure everything's clear so the audience can see the transitional stages. So as of now, this moment, how many OnlyFans girls are you managing, or you got under you?
So I manage about 10 girls at the minute. I'd say 5 girls is more just advice. Just more advice and just give them support wherever they need, sort of. And then 5 girls I physically hands-on manage. So I'd say like 5 girls actively managing at the minute.
Okay, 5 girls actively managing. And you're making money from this, yeah?
Yes, indeed. Okay. We started making like, I would say not crazy money, not mad money, but decent money. I would say making decent money. So for instance, like people going to do a normal job 9 till 5, what they make in the UK, I would say I'm making that now comfortably. Obviously as well, it's not all glitz and glamour. There's ups, there's downs. Girls decide to leave sometimes, when you can make a girl a load of money, get them built up. And one thing with me is I've made some big mistakes, and I've not put people under contracts. So I'm a genuine person, honest person. So when I say something to someone, it's gospel. If I say to them I'm going to work with them, it's 25%. I don't necessarily need a contract. Well, apparently I did need a contract, but I have. So I have lost the money as well. But it's once you get the ball rolling and you learn how to sort of bring girls in, start giving them exposure, which isn't easy. It's hard work. Just like anyone thinking about setting up a content channel, it's not going to be easy. It's hard work. You have to put the work. You have to put the time in, put the work in. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing with OnlyFans girls at the minute. So they have to do a lot of work, a lot of publicity. They need to get eyeballs on their pages, clicking on them links and going over to their pages.
All right. This is interesting now. So I'm just going to unpack a few things. So 25% you said. So you earn 25% of what they earn or what you make them. So what was your top earner? What was she making a month?
I wouldn't like to give an exact figure, but my top earnings between 10 and 20k a month.
Okay, and that's just one.
That was just one
client. Wow. Okay, so we jumped a lot there. I know we're going to get into the OnlyFans because I want to come back again. How did you go? So you must have had normal people managing I'm talking to, just a normal people. Anyone wants to have a conversation, come onto my channel, and you're having a conversation. So you're having so many different people on from different experiences, old ladies, young men, old men, young ladies, older ladies, everyone, different experiences. And then somehow some OnlyFans girls started to come in and tell you stories. So then you started seeing more OnlyFans girls coming in. So, and then you heard of the Andrew Tate inspiration pushing. So then how did you then manage to say, I need to learn about OnlyFans to see if I can create a business from this? And what was your steps? Like, if there's a guy now wanting to start, how you started, what is your steps to managing girls for OnlyFans when you started?
Well, this is the interesting thing, actually. You know, this is something I will say. I earn more than I would if I was doing OnlyFans. I would say I would be in the top 3%. I'd be in at least the top 3% of OnlyFans. That's top 3% of every girl doing OnlyFans. I think there's like 100. I think there's like I think it's about, I don't know, 50 or 100 million active creators on OnlyFans. So I would say I would be in the top 3% of that, of my earnings as a manager. So what I would say to people that want
the girls' revenue, you're in the top 3%, meaning the girls' revenue are making so much, your 25% of that you're making puts you in the top 3% of the managers of OnlyFans behind the scenes. The
top 3% of girls of the girls that actually do OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
Not so much managers. There's managers out there that have got, like, you know, some managers work on bulk. They just take they'll take 100 girls and they'll just give them advice and they'll charge like a monthly fee. Whereas I sort of work more hands on with the girls and their accounts, and obviously I charge about 25%. But it's so
your top earner is getting 10 to 20,000 a month. A lot of people got this impression that every girl on OnlyFans is making 10,000, 5,000, 20,000 a month. Is that so, or?
I'll say this to any girl thinking about doing OnlyFans: it's a grind, and you're gonna have to make big choices, and you're gonna have to make, ultimately, if you want to be successful, you're gonna have to make big compromises. Like, you know, girls I know have lost family members, they've lost friends, you know, from doing it, and it's hard, you know. And what's really hard sometimes is girls that start up and it doesn't necessarily kick off straight away for them. And then, like, they get discouraged, they get down. Then you have to think about this. Like, some of these girls are doing OnlyFans to pay the bills to look after their children. Like, this is the thing, like, you know, and I'll just switch up 2 seconds. Because
go on.
Like, everyone has a perception of these OnlyFans girls thinking that, like, you know, that the most common one is they're filthy, dirty hoes, and they want to just
dehumanize, less than human,
and they want to just do work. But I'm telling you the truth, most of these guys, when you meet them, they're really lovely girls. Most of them are really lovely girls, and they're just trying to do a good job for their family, put food on the table, just like you, just like I, just like anyone else. So you have to think about it. A woman that's willing to take her clothes off, give the most intimate part of herself to make money, to provide for her family. Like, I can't do nothing but respect that grind.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, I don't want to judge. We can't judge, and everyone, obviously, if a girl sexualizes herself on OnlyFans, society is going to judge, obviously, and society is going to portray them, girls that do that, as obviously they got no skills and they're less than human, and they're like somewhat like cheating, or they sold their soul for money. That's the societal perspective on OnlyFans. Obviously, I'm not judging. Whatever anyone does, they choose to do. If they're a grown adult, they're old enough to make decisions. And from my perspective, I'm not judging that. They're making their money that way. They're making their money that way. So back to yourself, obviously. How did you start your first payment? And what was that process? So you called the first, let me get it right. So you called the first girl, you said, let me manage you, or let me make some money for you. And then you went on to do like A, B, and C. Talk us through them steps, like from...
Well, one thing,
without giving too much.
Obviously, anyone that does want to start an OnlyFans management company, and I can guarantee I can show anyone how to do that.
Okay.
Like, I will have a course on my YouTube channel for people that want to do that, want to start making. I'm not saying you're going to make loads of money, but even an extra 20k a year is enough money for a side hustle, you know, just to put on top of your salary, you know, an extra 20 grand a year. It's a nice little side hustle. So if anyone wanted to help with that, I can definitely help them with it. But the main thing is I did a lot of research on OnlyFans, and I found out that there was little bits here and there. There was little bits of software here and there that can optimize the OnlyFans account and make it more. It just turn it into a complete money machine. Just so girls that can. You know, there's things that you can do on there that some of the girls don't necessarily know how to do. Yeah. And with the research that I'd done, I found one piece of really good software. I won't mention it just now.
But you're talking about something that automates the messages or the everything so that the girls are free to do more content.
It basically it's like basically having an AI friend helping you manage your page, basically. Okay. So once I figured that out, that piece of information and what that does is literally gold. You could sell anyone could sell that to girls on doing OnlyFans, and you could sell that for £100, £1,000, £2,000. You could sell it for whatever you wanted. Just that one piece of information.
So it sounds like for me hearing it, sounds like you found that piece of information and you leveraged it to help girls grow their accounts.
Indeed.
And then they need you because you're the key intricate part of their growth, because without that information and that software to grow their account, they're nobody. So they pay you for that information.
Yeah, it's not 100% that. I mean, the software is only works for some accounts as well, like for accounts that have been active for a while. For a brand new account, it's not going to work. For a brand new account, for older accounts, for girls that have had their accounts like 6 months, 7 months, even a year. A year is beautiful. If you've got a girl that's had an account for a year, that's beautiful. Then you can do a lot with that. But the new accounts, that's just a grind. Yeah. Girls need to get out there and put themselves out there. It's hard for them, and you know, these girls go through a lot. And I'll put something to you as being the dating analyst. A lot of the girls really struggle with love. A lot of the girls really struggle with love, finding men that are going to take them seriously. And you know, what would your advice be to them on red flags, things to look out for, and you know, just overall advice just for them to find the right sort of guy?
Okay, so I'll start with some of the simple points. I'm going to point it out so that everyone just knows clearly. Obviously, if a girl is going to be on OnlyFans, it's going to limit the kind of potential partners that they can go with. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is the average man, and we're just going by the average man thinking, you know, so this is just pretty much a high percentage. The average man he's not going to want his girlfriend to sleep with someone else. Right? We'll start it there. So he doesn't want his girlfriend to sleep with someone else. That's the ultimate. No, he doesn't want to do that. Then if we work backwards from the sleeping, he doesn't want his girlfriend speaking or going on dates with other guys. The average man, right? He's not going to be comfortable with that. A monogamous man, he doesn't want his girlfriend talking or going out with other guys without his permission, or even if he knows, he doesn't want that. Unless they're work colleagues or associates, he doesn't want his girl being in an environment with other men where they're trying to pursue her. So then if we push that back again, and then we see what the OnlyFans girl is doing in her career, she's not only talking with other men are paying her to show every part of her body to him and do whatever she decides is deemed what she's willing to go with for that check, right? So the average man doesn't really want a girl that would do that. Now, is there men out there that does want that? 100%, right? So let's talk about them men. The men that wouldn't mind their girlfriend being on OnlyFans, showing their sexualizing themselves to other men, and they're happy with it. Well, these men are going to have some sort of, I'm not going to say insecurity, but they're going to have something that the average man don't. I don't know if it's common sense. I don't know what it is, but we have to bear in mind that the kind of guys that are going to go attract these girls are not going to be the average guy. What kind of guy goes for them? I don't know. They're going to have to, the girls that in OnlyFans, they'll have to look at their potential their ex-partners and see what kind of guys these are. So they know what kind of guys actually go for it. So I don't want to like preach to the choir and tell these girls what kind of guys they can go for, why guys don't want to be with them. They pretty much know that OnlyFans career in society is deemed as dehumanizing. They will lose their support structure. I think some of their family wouldn't agree with their career choices, so their support structure will get damaged. Some of their friends want it to be associated with them. So that's another hit to the support structure. And then obviously they're asking what kind of boyfriend's going to pick up all of that, I wouldn't say baggage, but pick up all of that responsibility. I don't know what kind of guy. It's going to be difficult. And they're going to have to compromise. You know, just because they're making the money from the OnlyFans, that's not enough to make a guy be okay with the career choice. The guys don't really want a girl to pay for them so that the guy can be the one that's subservient to the girl. So I think the girls know that, and I think it would be hard for them to navigate the dating field. But I think they will choose when they meet a guy and they say what they do, and if the guy's open with it and he doesn't mind it, that's a good start. Mm-hmm. But so I would say that I wouldn't want to preach too much to the girls, because I think it's a normal career. There's plenty of guys that's girlfriends do OnlyFans. There's plenty of guys that's doing OnlyFans. So they're not going to be short. Mm-hmm. It's just their selection process needs to be revised, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things which I've had to start telling girls as well, just openly and outright, like, you know, some of these girls, you look at them and some of them are like, you know, between 8 and 10, like, you know, top quality looking girls between 8 and 10. And even though they are an 8 or a 10 between that bracket, like, you know, they're going to attract the high spenders, the big spenders, the guys with loads of money, the guys that are going to take these girls out, you know, spend money on them, give them the beat, whatever, anything. Yeah. But unfortunately, that person, them people, them type of guy that the kind of girls get at first, you know, they will only put them in the sex only category. Yeah. So I think 100%. It's really tough for that. And one of the red flags, this is a game that's running now on OnlyFans at the minute with OnlyFans girls. Yeah. Guys are basically seeing that a girl does OnlyFans. Yeah. And then they're phoning them up and they're saying, "Oh, I would love to make content with you." This is like a classic. Guys are doing it. Basically, it's a game. It's a Simon Levive. Yeah. To try and get him.
Wait. They're saying, "Listen, I see OnlyFans. I want to make content with you. Mm-hmm. Put me on your screen."
No, not put me on stream. We should make content together. So basically, it's a collaboration. They're asking for a collaboration, but all they want is a free bang. Yeah. And I'll first hand witness this guy.
And these girls are getting banged for them off camera.
Some of them, they get banged. Most of the time, the guy just uses it as a game. Yeah. Like he bangs them on camera. But the thing is, he bangs them on camera. But the thing is, most of the guys, what they would do afterwards, they'll be like, you know, I'm not signing any contracts or anything. You can leave it up for like a week or so, but I want it taken down ultimately. You know, the guys, they see a hot girl on telly, on TikTok, on YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is, and they think, I just want to bang that. And so guys are doing it, you know. Whoa, so that's just like a little game that's running.
Look at the game. I mean, the game's changing, isn't it? People are using all sorts for different games. So to head back then, you said you drew inspiration from Andrew Tate. Mm-hmm. Tell me how it is to manage OnlyFans girls, because to manage one girl is a lot. So how would it be to manage 10? Tell me what sort of controls you use. Tell me how was it to manage 10 girls?
Well, unlike Andrew, like I was inspired by Andrew Tate, but unlike Andrew Tate, I haven't got these girls, you know, in a bed in a house somewhere. You know, I'm not taking 50% of their money. Yeah, I'm not fooling them with tax. I'm not fooling them with tax issues. You know, the girls get their money and they just pay me. It's honestly like a handshake. Like you do a deal. Okay, we're both gonna sell something. It's £100. I get 25%. The girls pay me my money. It's that simple. So there's no control system from it at all. Like, you know, we all work together. and like I come up with ideas. I say to them, you know, I do a daily show on YouTube, on all my socials. I say to them, look, get on there, come up with ideas. I come up with crazy ideas, you know, crazy ideas I come up with them just for them to get noticed, because literally every single day there's a new girl coming on OnlyFans. But the good thing is, and this is a good thing for you girls to remember, there's only ever one girl that looks like you, and that only one girl that is actually you. Not maybe so much look like you, because there are girls, you know, you can categorize typical blonde, whatever, typical brunette, but you know, it's very important to show your personality, you know, because this is one of the things that I was interested in, the psychology of everything. Like, you know, what makes a guy look at a girl, like, you know, guys are scrolling on Instagram, scroll. What makes that guy say, this is the girl I want to see? So that's something that I'm playing with now. If I can work that out, you know, I'll be a very popular person, you know, in the OnlyFans industry, you know, so they can target it. So like, you know, oh, I like the way you just turn your, it could be something stupid for some people, but you know, it's good to keep this information. That way I can sort of give it to girls to make themselves stand out a bit more. Because once you see it, you see a blonde, you see a brunette, you see everything. And also everything that these guys want is on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Everything they want is on Pornhub. You want a brunette, you want a MILF, you want this, you want anything you want is on Pornhub. So these girls have to do something. They don't even know they do it. They're just making their videos, hoping something hits. But there's something in the videos, something makes that person say, I need to see this girl naked. Whatever it is, it might even be a power thing where you know, guys see a girl and she looks really stuck up and pretty,
and he wants
just
to like
I just
conquer it,
exactly that. Yeah.
So you're talking about like when the guy looks at the girl and he clicks on her, like that girl's got a special power, that thing that's connecting the men to her, and you're trying to find what that is and sort of like maximize it, weaponize that, whether it's her innocence, whether it's her dirtiness, whether it's her look, her character. There's an element of it, and you want to put that on display to make a girl more available and more accessible, make people want to click more.
Definitely. I think it's just something to sort of, you know, it's interesting as well. It's like what made that guy click on that girl out of all the girls that he's seen. He's probably seen 100 girls the same day. What made that guy click on that girl and think and say, I want to see this girl?
Well, if you find out that missing tool to show the girls, you know, you find it out, that psychological tool to make more men click, I think you'll be a very, very rich man, because I think every girl would want that.
Indeed.
To increase their people that click, to increase their interest. So, you need to keep working on that. We can see if we can come up with a plan. So, do you think these girls that you're working with in OnlyFans, are they happy? Are they normal girls?
Trust me, these girls are they are very normal girls. They're girls that you would say hello to in the coffee shop, but that are shy. The shy girls in the gym, they're all sorts. They're just like normal girls. And I think, like, you know, this is very interesting. If someone asks me a year ago, before I started working with OnlyFans girls, would I ever go out with an OnlyFans girl? Would I ever date an OnlyFans girl or take her seriously? I would have said no. No way. But now I've gotten to meet girls, you know, and actually understand them a little bit more. It's like anything. Once I've got to understand them a bit more, it's like, you know what? I would actually change my thought process on girls. Because what we have to remember as well as guys, every single guy has watched pornography at one stage of his life and probably still does. Every single guy. Yeah. And what you women need to understand in relationships as well is, you know, you can't please your man. If you can't fulfill all your man's needs. No matter how you work, no matter how horny you are, your man is always going to have needs. So it's better that the guys are going to watch a little bit of porn rather than going out and cheating. No guy's probably going to come out and admit to his girlfriend, yeah, I'm watching porn or whatever. But the reality of the matter is, we need that desire. We have that desire, and some women have it as well, but we have that desire to get that rock off every single day, most men. So that's just one of those things that people need to understand when they're putting down girls in the industry, because they are fulfilling a service. Yeah. They are. How many guys are in sexless marriages, bored out their mind, you know, but still staying with their wife, and it's just like an OnlyFans girl that they're seeing on the side, or Pornhub, whatever it is, that's keeping that relationship, keeping that guy sane, you know, because we have that need, you know, that shit don't, unless it dries up, you know, but we have that need, most men. So I think it's something we need to think about when we're judging women in the sex industry. They are fulfilling one of the the oldest and the most needed need that guys have, you know. We need to get that off. So
okay,
that's
all right. Let me. I'm just gonna unpack what you said, so to make it clear. Correct me if I'm wrong. So you're literally you're saying that the OnlyFans girls. It's an interesting angle. You're saying that them providing OnlyFans and showing men be able to pay to see them at that and let them men jerk off to them. That they're actually the women that these men's wives and these men's girlfriends should be happy that they're doing it virtually, wanking off or masturbating over these girls virtually, because it's not really cheating. Because if them girls wasn't there and then them men didn't have that availability to wank and look at these girls in the OnlyFans, they would go out and fulfill it other ways, maybe by clubs or prostitution or something along them lines. Is that what you're saying? So you're saying girls should be happy? Do you think is that the message? Or
I would honestly say that is the message. Okay. That is the message I would say. And angle. I would also say as well, not just stopping your husband from going out and cheating, but just imagine a guy that's doing a normal job, doesn't feel appreciated, and his wife doesn't even appreciate him, doesn't sleep with him.
Happens all the time.
What does that guy what do some of these guys end up going to do? Committing suicide as well. So it actually goes a bit deeper. The most basic need of men is just to get that little bit of happy time, that 5-minute happy time can keep you going for the day. You know, that could it's sad, but some men, all they have is a video of a girl that they've paid a £5 for or a £10 for or 50 quid for, that's going to keep them happy. Oh, she said my name, and she asked me about my day. Because a lot of men are in really, you know, the way society's going at the minute. You know, situationships is the new relationships. You know, so absolutely. That's what it is.
Wow,
so
that's powerful. And I think I've heard Andrew Tate said that.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He said that when he was talking to the replying to the guys, when the guys believed they were talking to the girls, that some of these men were suicidal, and they used to hear him, and he used to talk them over it, talk them around it, tell them they love them, tell them they cared, and these men needed that, even though it was virtual loving, but they needed any form of loving. And that's a good point. I reckon that is actually a point that shouldn't be overlooked. A lot of men are very sad, unfortunately, and they're not getting any loving from women at all. Not the women they want, no women. So then if they get a channel where they can get virtual loving and they pay for it and it makes them feel better, makes them maybe get through the day, maybe get through the year, maybe get through whatever difficulties there are in their life, having a pretty lady saying that they care for them, they love them, even though it might not be true, it will feel true to him if he hears it in that moment. So I think that is called sort of like a therapeutic intervention. If a lonely man comes in, so yeah, I think that angle, that will be plausible. Still not sure about if OnlyFans' career will be accepted for their family members. What's your answer to that?
Well, I've had a lot of interviews. I've done a lot of interviews with girls, and it's obviously always one of the questions that I've asked people. And I mean, it's a mixed batch. I would probably say 70 negative, 30 sort of okay. Just do what you're doing, be safe, sort of thing. I think the 70% negative is normally like, you know, one of the parents is like, you know, it's a hell no sort of thing and disown them in some cases. But I mean, it's just it's tough, and some people, you know, obviously everyone's got a perspective on the porn industry, so that's what it is. It's porn. Everyone's got a perspective on it, and most people, old-fashioned people, you know, older parents and stuff, you know, they're like, no, that's horrible, blah blah blah. But you know, I spoke to a lady. I did an interview today, just today alone, and the lady asked her. She said, you know, her sisters, her family are fine with it. You know. They're fine with it. Then obviously, as long as she stays safe, there were members of the family that weren't too bothered about it, but the immediate close rock of her family, shout out to Lexi Lee.
Shout out Lexi Lee.
The immediate family were okay with it, so that's obviously a good thing. So it's definitely a 70-30 split, you know.
So would you say that when you manage your girls, you almost take that support structure role of the family, where you help them, you talk to them, you support them, you are their sort of like confidant?
It's
Would you say that?
I actually laugh about it and go a bit further. I actually
Go
say
on.
I'm their husband. I'm their husband. So basically, I'm their husband. So basically, I say to them all the time, mental health is so important. If anyone gets down, you can call me any time of the day. My phone rings all the time. You can call me up. We'll have a chat. Like, just on the way down the drive, I had a phone call from a girl. She's down. She's not making the money immediately, and I was like, nothing's easy. You gotta work. That's it. Get to work. I like, you gotta work. But
What
obviously,
did you do? Did you help her there? Did you?
I said what I said. It's you're a new starter. You can't expect it to kick off. And this is one of the things with OnlyFans as well. What makes the difference between girls that hit the ground running and girls that it takes a little while. Obviously social media's been around for years. So imagine there's this girl, a beautiful girl. You're a single man that you've known your entire life, and then you see something on Facebook. Oh, click on my spicy link. Now imagine you've always wanted to see you maybe wanted to be with this girl. You've always wanted to see her. Now's my time. So them girls have that fan base within their fans, and
they need to tap into it.
This is one of those things where it's all or nothing. The girls that are willing to imagine you took your personal profile with all your friends or your family or your work friends,
said that to them.
And you said that to them. So basically, that's the difference. So those people is a rock. I have had some issues. I had
would
one
you say,
issue.
sorry to inject there, would you say, when you say it's all or nothing, would you say that some people look at that and be like, it goes back to the saying that people say they've sold their soul. When they sell their soul, when you dance with the devil, you wait for the music to stop, so to speak. Is that fair?
I think if you think about it, like, if you actually think about it, like we said before, imagine, like, I'm not saying all these girls are saving lives out here, but I'm not saying all of them are. They're not all saving lives.
They're saving something, but they're not life.
But it's I don't think it's a matter of selling your soul, because I think that's just that comes with too much judgment, and the judgment would be ruling that what they're doing is wrong. Most girls just start off doing solo content on their own, sort of thing. Like, you imagine you meet a beautiful girl and she says, right, I did OnlyFans. Like, I think what's the kicker is if they've been with guys. If they've been with guys, that's probably, you're asking for trouble. But if it's just solo, I think that's bearable and understandable. But I think also, obviously, people want to bring someone home to their family and stuff like that. So it is tough. It is tough. So it's a tough dilemma, but like I said, it's the most important one. How can men should just shut the hell up? Let women judge. Men, all these guys that are here saying, "Oh, these OnlyFans girls, blah 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 blah." Like, shut the hell up, because at this very moment, you guys have got the Vaseline. You guys have got the Vaseline. The guys that bitch about it are the guys that are asking for foot pics. The guys that are paying £200 for a girl to shit in a bucket and then eating it.
I don't think so. I think the guys that are looking at it and judging it from a societal perspective, saying, these OnlyFans career is damaging society because it's damaging relationships. Pretty girls now, instead of pretty girls going to work or trying to inspire to be anything, they think they can take a picture and then show themselves and they can get more than what men can do. So I think that element of OnlyFans is ruining relationships, because women and young girls now, especially moving to the age of technology, they're seeing how easy it is, right, to obtain quick money from just pictures and advertising, sexualizing themselves. And it's almost corrupting the younger generation's mind. Why go to work in retail and start off, if they're 19, starting off at like 20K to 30K, right? Working 6 days a week, having 1 day off, 8 hours a day, 1 day off, 6 days a week, having 1 day off, just to come home with less than, let's say, £2,000, when she can go on OnlyFans, take a couple of pics, and sell it to 500 men for £5 and make £5,000 in a month. So I think that element is where the harsh criticism's coming in. The criticism's not coming in because of the fact that men are wanking towards it.
But do those the same guys that you're describing to, do those guys jerk off? Do those guys watch pornography?
What's that? But why are you? I think what you're trying to do cleverly there, and I have to call it, you're trying to compare porn, which is freely accessible, which no one pays for.
They do pay for porn. Believe it or not, is that when you go on porn.
I mean, the person that actually is watching it, it's free. You can go onto porn and watch porn. That's completely different to paying £5 a month to see someone, to connect with them, to ask them to be pervy and to do certain things for money. I don't think you can compare the two. They're two different spectrums. Watching free porn and going on Girls OnlyFans, paying £5 a month membership.
So if the girls did it for free, would it be the same then?
If the girls did it for free, would it be the same in terms?
Because you said that the difference between our arguments was Pornhub's free and OnlyFans isn't free.
Yeah.
So if the girls done it for free, would it be this? Would their argument be any better?
Yeah, the argument's changed because now they're in porn. They're porn stars. We don't hear porn stars. Porn stars get that stick. They know it. They're porn stars. They get that stick. They eat it. They stand up tall. They stand on that shame. Porn stars say, "I'm a porn star. I stand on my shame." Right? OnlyFans are trying to say, I'm OnlyFans, I'm not a porn star, it's a respectable societal job, and I'm getting this, and all other guys are hating because I'm making money. Yeah. That's the difference.
I totally hear the argument, that guys that are people are grinding out there for $2,000 a month. There's no bullshit about it.
Well, not people. We're talking about girls, because girls are getting influenced. It's not men. Men ain't watching OnlyFans thinking I should be going there. Men are going to work and working. It's affecting
but the guys that are moaning about it and bitching about it and talking down about the OnlyFans girls, saying, there's whether they admit it or not, there's a lot of envy there. Like if
100%.
Whether they admit it or not, there's a lot of envy. If you're
no man's gonna lie there.
If you're slaving away for 2,000, 3,000, whatever it is, and then you find out there's an 18-year-old girl that's just jumped on OnlyFans and she's making $30,000 a month, hear that's the story that goes around. It's not as common as people think. Trust me, most of the girls don't make that much money. But when you hear that, you think, "Rah, she's making what I'm making a year."
Yeah,
she's making what I'm making a year in a month.
What you're doing, you're looking at a portion of why men hate it, but that's a small portion. That's not the maximum of it. The rest of it is what I talk about. The fact that it's polluting girls' minds, young generations, girls, even normal girls are thinking that, why should I work? I should do that. So therefore, if you've got a girlfriend that you love, right, and she's very pretty, right, and she's got this job, and then you're in a normal job, and then she keeps coming home saying, look at all these girls, right, making all this money, and I'm working in slavery, and I'm better looking than these girls, it's tempting normal girls as well. That's the element. So the men are seeing this. It's affecting relationships.
This is like.
What do you say, Mr. OnlyFans manager, about the OnlyFans affecting normal relationships? And this is why men are angry. Men are angry because of it. What's your pushback?
In the context that you said that girls are thinking, in a relationship with a guy and they're putting pressure on their boyfriends. Oh, I could be doing OnlyFans. I'll tell you this honestly.
Yeah.
Most girls that do OnlyFans don't do it. This is what I said to you before. Now that I've actually got to know them and actually meet them, the girls that do OnlyFans have been let down by a guy.
Yeah.
Like I haven't come across much girls that are one person in a relationship. Her partner does porn. She does porn, and they're still in a relationship. It's quite the guy's living a dream. Actually, just jump in just 2 seconds because when I heard it, I need to repeat it basically. So they both do porn.
Yeah.
The husband is allowed to do women, and women is allowed to do women, and the wife is only allowed to do girl. So this guy is living a dream. They're making their money, they're getting paid, and he's out banging girls, like banging girls, having fun. So
and she said it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
So having sex off camera is cheating, but having sex on camera is fine. She said that.
I don't think it was so much like the off camera. There wasn't the off camera argument. It was just this is the industry that we're in, and I heard that and I thought most men would kill to be in a situation like that. And you have to bear in mind, if you've got the license from a girl to do that, like you can make £800 just for one shoot, So that means like a guy, you can just go turn up at a porn studio and make £800 for 4 hours work, just banging some girls, and obviously go home. Your wife's blessed with it. So when I heard that, I was like, "Rah, that sounds like a good spot, boy. That sounds and that'd be very tempting." You're talking about porn stars. You're talking about hot, beautiful women that your girlfriend is giving you the license to beat, and you're making £800 just for that alone. £800 a week just for that alone. So you ask me, that would tempt. I think that would tempt most men. Most men would be tempted by that, and it goes to like, you know, the judgment. We talk, sorry to come off the subject, but the judgment, like you were saying about with the OnlyFans, like OnlyFans messing up relationships and stuff. Like girls are saying, okay, I'm doing this. I'm like, this person's doing that. It does come with a lot of resentment because the girls are in a relation. The people, just guys, girls in their relationships, working hard, not making much money, and they hear about Sally next door that's doing OnlyFans, that's making more than both of them, and that does bring resentment. But the thing about it is that is just social media now. You can't turn on social media now without seeing some bloody cocky guy. Some cocky bald-head some bald-head guy with a baguette saying, I got all these bitches and all this shit like that. You know, you can't escape that. That's just our new life. That's a new reality of life. Flossers that are online that make you sick. Like you see Mayweather counting like millions of pounds, 2 millions of pounds. Money most people won't ever make in their lifetime. My guy buys a £30 million watch and stuff like that. You can't escape that now. So there's hate. People, they call them haters. And haters are always going to hate. No matter, haters always need someone to hate. If the OnlyFans girls weren't here, they'd find someone else to hate, you know. So it's tough. But what I would say, there's a lot of guys that think that they can't make money on OnlyFans. Like, I have been I myself have been personally propositioned to like get free blowjobs by hot chicks. Get free blowjobs, and I'm talking about like sometimes 2 chicks, 3 chicks, like my face not on camera. Like, you know, I have been propositioned that, like, you know, £1,500 a month. It's not a massive amount of money, but you're getting your dick sucked. You're off camera. It's only your dick on there. If you're blessed, if you're okay down there, you're okay. You know, you're getting your dick sucked.
Okay, so wait, let me get this straight. So you're saying there's a market for men and OnlyFans by participating with these girls and not having their face shown. So men can actually come in there. If there's men thinking of that, they want to get into this industry, they can get into it faceless and by doing sexual activities with these girls. So you're saying there's an angle there for men. It's not all bad for men. Men, it's not all bad. If you men want to get into the OnlyFans, not telling your face and you want to be faceless, participating with your favourite OnlyFans girl, maybe, then that's something that can happen.
I think that's
sought after, like a niche in the market.
That's definitely it's available. It's available, but here's the trick: you have to try. Like, guys are messaging these girls. Guys are sending these. The average girl's getting like 15 messages and 15 to 100. I don't even know how many messages they're getting. They're getting so many messages. So you have to try and not come off as a creep. There's a way of doing that, and I can show people how to do that. Not because this is the thing. How do you get, like, when I first started doing social media? Okay, cool. Okay, guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap this up and do a part 2. We had the dating analyst over here. Make sure you guys